5 set to make their UFC debuts. Both have yet to be defeated, so who will survive, Cory Walmsley or David Heath, as they enter the octagon for the very first time? Our tale of the tape is brought to you by Zenergy, the ultra premium energy drink from Science. Both men are at least 30 years old, Walmsley 32 years old. The reach advantage belongs to Cory Walmsley. The man who would prefer this fight to be a fight that takes place on its feet is David Heath.
When the action begins, our referee in charge of this contest is Mario Yamasaki.
Mario Yamasaki, our referee. David Heath taking on Cory Walmsley. UFC debut for both of these 205-pounders.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Here we go!
Come on!
Cory Walmsley, big right hand, charges in. Got a hold of him.
But down he goes.
Lands on his back. Heath is on top. Cory's in half guard, pushes to full guard. Good job, the guard locked up now, but Heath is on top of him. Let's see what Cory's guard looks like.
Well, Heath was not hesitant in taking this fight right down, but Walmsley was not hesitant in pushing forward and throwing a big hammer early. Heath is the one who preferred the stand-up game. Ironically, Walmsley comes out, throws a big punch, and Heath takes the fight down to the mat. But again, as I mentioned earlier, he's not a man who is uncomfortable with his ground game. He's got submission grappling in his background, as all our guys do nowadays.
Yeah, I think that was just a case where there was an opportunity presented itself, and he just had to take it.
And he also said about Walmsley, Joe, coming in, that he knows that most of Walmsley's victories have come by submission, so he was actually at one point or another expecting this fight to be in this particular position.
He's working the can opener. This is probably the only move that you can actually submit a guy with from the guard. What it does, it very rarely submits guys, but it does get him to open up their guard, and then he can pass. So I think David Heath is probably thinking about passing right now. See how he's pulling on that head? That's what you do. You pull on the head, yank it up towards his chest, puts a lot of pressure, makes it very difficult to breathe, and it forces the guy to open up his legs.
Walmsley on his backside early here. Keeping that guard closed more often than not. Any advantage, Joe, in your mind to the closed guard over the open guard?
Well, it all depends on what you're trying to do. I mean, if you're trying to submit a guy, for sure, closed guard's better. Lock it down, keep the guy in position, hold him there, and then move the hips and try to secure an arm or a triangle or something. But the open guard, a lot of guys use that for sweeps. A lot of guys use that to transition in other positions, or to push a guy off you if you have your feet on the hips. The open guard is better.
Well, right now, Heath is slowly pushing Walmsley up against the fence, which is going to take away some of Walmsley's ability to spin out and utilize the hips.
I think what you're going to see is Walmsley use that fence to try to walk up it and try to stand out. Oh,
he's got his
Heath
back.
Transitions to the back. Very nice. Good job. He's got it.
Looking to get it.
Rear naked.
Looking to finish right here. Can he finish with the choke?
He's got it. He's got it right now. He's just got a grip. He doesn't have
he's pulling
a
on
full rear naked.
And it's all over.
Wow.
And it's all over. David Heath by rear naked choke.
Wasn't bad at all, Ma. Love you.
Nicely done in his UFC debut.
Wow, very nice.
Well, so much for that whole stand-up theory.
Yeah, well, at least, you know, he wasn't lying about having a good ground game as well. Let's take a look at this. The end of the fight, David Heath transitions to the back very nicely. Secures the over-under, throws a couple of punches, tries for the traditional rear naked choke, but Cory frees the arm and he just grabs the grip, uses it and squeezes that arm across the neck. And forces the tap.
And plays to the camera. Nicely done, David Heath. He wins in his UFC debut. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki is called to stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 32 seconds of the very first round. For the winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke, David Heath.
So Walmsley is no longer undefeated. Heath is 8-0 in his mixed martial arts career. He wins in his UFC debut.